Good morning, it's me again, Inspirational post by Leverson. I suppose, as you can see, I've just completed Monday morning run after Mother's Day, and you know what? It was an absolute pleasure. It's a pleasure because how can anything be better than using your physical body to actually do something where you know that you've got a sweat on, you're going to get yourself back home, have a shower, take some fluid on board, have some breakfast, and your day starts. But for me, it's about having a clear mind, having clear thoughts, making sure that, for me, it's making sure that all my emotions are in check. My balance is cool. I'm not gonna flip. I'm not gonna sort of get myself into a rage. I've got myself just nice and calm. My heart rate's been up. Now as I bring it back down, everything's just cool, everything's just nice. Because I know that what I've just put myself through, is something for my betterment, something for my well-being, something to keep me focused and to keep me accountable on my journey. I can't look at anybody else and say, it's your fault I'm not doing what I should be doing because I'm overweight. It's your fault because I'm pointing a finger. It's your fault because my business isn't right. It's your fault because everything else, the children, relationships, everything else isn't right. You know what? You can only look at yourself, and if things ain't right, you have to put them right. If things aren't going right for you, you have to put them right. It might be exercising, it might be listening to music, it might be reading, it might be painting, it might be just having another extra hour building your business. But whatever it is, you can't point the finger at somebody else for what you're putting yourself through. I put myself through this because, for one, as I've said before, I want to live longer. For two, when my children see me doing this, and other people in the community see me doing this, and see me doing it for the amount of time that I've been doing it, even though sometimes I've had a slip off because I have procrastinated a little bit in times. So as I told you, that everything that I say will be truth. I have had time off as well because of injury, which is to be expected. I have had time off because I had different things happening within my day. So I didn't think I had enough hours in the day. But here comes the whammy. I was making excuses because there are other things that I still could have done. I could have been rolling my wrists. I could have been doing the same thing with my feet. I could have been doing the same thing with my shoulders. I could have been doing the same thing with my head. I could have been doing crunches. I could have been doing something. I could have been doing more writing. But so I'm saying, I can't point the finger or blame anybody else for my distraction, for my not doing, for my not fulfilling everything that I should fulfill, because it is down to me. But if I can give somebody else inspiration, if I can give somebody else a little bit of motivation, if I can give somebody else to say, you know what, that kick up the arse, what they need, because they look at me and they say, you know what, a man of my age is still doing it. He's still keeping himself fit. He's still looking trim. He's still as sharp as a button, I think. Some people might think different, but you know, it's about how you feel inside. It's about how I feel inside. And you know what, I feel great. As I said, it is hard And sometimes, yes, I don't want to be up and getting out and exercising and running or reading or writing or doing things that I know are going to be beneficial for me, that are going to put me on a higher platform. It's going to just take me into a new level, into a new mindset. How can I then say anything to anybody else? How can I tell anybody else and look at them in the face and say, you know what? Well, why don't you do this? Why aren't you doing that? How can I say that when I'm not doing it? If I'm not doing it, I've got to, as I've said before on one of my posts, I have to do this. Keep my beak shut. Because I'm not going to go to somebody else and ask them to be my doctor if they haven't been a doctor, if they're not a doctor, if that isn't their profession, if that isn't their something that they have been to university for to study. I'm not going to go to somebody else down on the back street and say, oh yeah, by the way, can you sort me out? Next thing you know, I've got myself into a worse state, if not dead. So I'm not going to kill myself off on not doing what I should be doing for a better life, for a better me, for a better fitness, for a better mindset. That, to me, is just complete madness and foolishness. I want to grow. I want to develop. Don't you want to grow and don't you want to develop as well? Of course you do. I don't know anybody who doesn't want to develop themselves. If somebody's out, well, you know what? I'm taking it back because there are so many different people within this world, and it takes all shapes, all sizes, all colours, all races, all sexes to actually not do something that they know that they should do, because there are people that aren't going to just do stuff for their betterment and not going to develop and not grow and not put any wisdom into themselves, or get wisdom, or get mentoring, or get something where they know 100% it's going to change their lives for the better. It's going to give them a brighter future. It's going to give them a better future. Then it's a knock-on effect, because what you are is then what your children see, and that's what you feed into your children. Then they think, you know what, if my parents have been doing that, I'm going to do that. That shows that with determination, with diligence, with perspiration, with consistency, 100% you're going to be able to fulfill what you need to fulfill. As I said about my t-shirt, anything is possible, but you have to put the groundwork in. You have to put the work in. You can watch somebody else run up and down all day. You can watch somebody else pick up weights all day. You can watch somebody else build their craft. Just watch them. It's like watching telly, but not doing anything. Just watching with your eyes, but not putting anything into action. And this is what we have to do as people. We have to put things into action so that we know that we are accountable for everything that we do and everything that we say. Because I'm not going to tell you anything that I'm not doing myself. How can I? And look at you straight down this and say, go on, you two can do it. It'll be fine. No, because you're seeing me on my progression. You're seeing me do this daily, as I've said from day one. And I don't know how many of these I've done since I said that 2 days ago. I'm not sure, but I'm not counting. Why should I? Because I know that I'm doing it daily. So whenever it was from the day that I started, the day is the day. Like, it's the day of the day that when you know that you have to start something for your peace of mind, for your betterment, for your wellness, for your well-being, for your health, for your children's health, for everything then within your community as you're building. If you can't help somebody else out there, how can you help somebody else out there if you're not capable? Because you haven't put the work in, you haven't put the skills into yourself, you haven't put the talent into yourself, you haven't gone out and found your talent. So how the hell then can you go out and tell somebody else that? How can you then say, you know what, hey, try this, No, because I'm not going to listen to you because you've been telling me lies, you've been telling me falsities, you've been telling me all sorts of nonsense. I'm not going to listen to you because you haven't done it. You haven't done it. I will listen to a professional athlete because they have done it. I will listen to the great ones. I will listen to Martin Luther King, to what he had to say. I'll listen to Malcolm X, what he had to say. I'll listen to Muhammad Ali, what he had to say. I'll listen to Einstein, what he had to say. All the great philosophers out there, I'll listen to. I'll listen to Plato. I'll listen to Socrates. I'll listen to... Who's a great film director? Who's been there and done it? Whoever you've just thought of, that person there. Whoever you've just thought of, that person there, who's a great film director. I will listen to them because they've gone through it and they've done it. They've done it. So why wouldn't I take their advice? Because they've done it. I'm not going to listen to anybody else if they haven't done it, but they're telling me, try this, try that. No. Oh, sorry, I can't. You might mean well. Seriously, you might mean well, but coming out of you, it's just talk. Because you haven't done it. You haven't put a blueprint down. You haven't fulfilled what you should have fulfilled. So how can I really listen to you and take it in? If you was going to the gym every day and you said to me, right, come to the gym and I'm going to put you through a routine, I'm going to say, okay, because I know that you've been doing it for time. I'm not going to go to the gym with somebody who's never been there before because we're going to be in the same position. I've never done it, so we're starting from scratch. I've never done it. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to find somebody else now, an instructor, to instruct me. And this is what it is. We have to find the right instructor. We have to find the right mentor. And there's plenty out there, but it's somebody that you feel for, somebody that you feel, you know what, that's the starting point where I'm at. So if they're going through it, I can go through it as well because they're helping me. We're at the same point and I can see us growing and moving on together. And this is what I'm talking about. Help one to teach one to help one. This is the philosophy of life, about paying it forward, not just being greedy for yourself. It is about helping one another, but it's about helping the people that are willing to help themselves. You have to help yourself first before you can go and really look at anybody straight in the face without deviating and turn your head left or right and not keeping eye contact with them and say, you know what, I can help you and I'm not looking for anything in return. The only thing I want in return is for you to be the best person possible, for you to be the greatest person that you can be, so you leave a legacy behind for your family, for yourself, for generations to go on, so you're not just blowing hot air and talking about the latest soap opera or talking about cats jumping out of trees, as I like to say. There is no point because you ain't going nowhere. And there's no point of going on a journey if you don't know where the end result is, if you don't know where your destination is. If you're starting and you've got no destination, there's no point because you're going to end up anywhere. Where are you going to end up? Where are you going to end up? Have your plan of where you're going to go. 5 years, guys, Costa Rica. I'll see you there because the like-minded are going there. The ones who are subscribing are going there. As I said, it can be 100 people. It could be 5. It could be 2,000 people. That beach, there's going to be people there. And we're going to sit down, we're going to talk. We're going to eat together. We're going to drink together. We're going to share each other's creativity and thoughts. But on that thought, guys, windows are getting steamed up. I'm going to now get myself together and I'm off. So what I'll do is I will catch you guys later on. Have a great day. Catch you tomorrow. And have a great day. But just do what you have to do. Find the right mentor. Find the right person. Okay? So, guys, I'm loving yous and I'm leaving yous. But only until tomorrow, as I said, daily. Daily inspirational thoughts with me. Daily inspirational post with Leverson. Okay? Inspirational post with Leverson. Leave your comments, leave your thumbs up. thank you very much for your time. And it's only 5 years, so catch you later. Have a great day. Find your skill, find your talent, find you.